right, I know I ain't wasting no time. Let's get jiggy with it. 2 videos.
Didn't I tell y'all that black men are the cheapest, most frugal men ever? So why are y'all surprised that Ryan Davis said his 11-year-old daughter is a gold digger? Are y'all really shocked? I'm not. I told y'all, even when they do give you money, it comes at a big price, okay? You have to earn it, and then you're left traumatized, so it's not even worth it. What, Shannon Sharpe literally said he gave his daughter $30,000 for her wedding, and when the interviewer was like, $30,000 in this economy, what's that gonna do? He said, I don't care. I'm not the one that wanted to get married. She can have fish and chips at her wedding for all I care. Very dismissive, okay? I told y'all how I worked at a strip club and how these very big famous rappers and athletes would come in and, you know, they would sit at my bar. I would give them all the ones, and I even asked one of them, I was like, they're not even dancing for you. Why don't you just give them the money? Because he was like on the phone and not even looking at them. He was like, I don't care. They need to shake some ass. They got to earn it. I'm not just going to give them money. And I was like, okay. And mind you, there are a lot of bartenders, waitresses, and dancers in there that are baby moms to these very famous athletes, very well-to-do rappers and R&B stars, but they're in there shaking ass, they're in there working like any other girl because these men don't take care of them, okay? So don't think you're gonna go out there, have one of these stars knock you up and think you're gonna be set for life. You're not. And then after you're done going back and forth in court trying to get something, you're left traumatized to the point you're like, it ain't even worth it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is because I've dated Middle Eastern men, extremely generous, okay? I never even dated a white guy, but he was, I have a few that are just my friends, and they always come to aid for me. They always will do anything for me, like literally as a friend. Imagine a man that's not even you doing more for you than a man that you're spreading your legs wide open for. Ladies, y'all need to stop being loyal and go where you're respected, valued, and appreciated, okay? There are plenty of other races of men out there that will love to take care of you, okay?
So that's clip one, right? Now, you notice how she started stuttering when, she started talking about, I don't date white men. They just my friends, but they do anything for me. But you don't have a ring. You're a prostitute. You work at a strip club. You know what I'm saying? And you talking about 30,000 for a wedding, bro. That's a lot of money for a wedding. And in a time where people are not being traditional, where the father pays for the wedding, do y'all see, bro, to black women or most women in America, even when you do beyond the quote unquote bare minimum, it's still not good enough. Think about that for a minute. It's still not good enough. This man put his daughter through college. She ain't talk about that. Probably didn't know it. Spent 30 grand on her wedding. That ain't chump change. And they talking about a wedding of 250 or 300 grand or this. Like, come on now. Come on now. Should no wedding cost that much. For what? But then they always like to use the clip, and I talked about this on the main channel with Ryan Davis. So they used a 4-minute clip, which even in a 4-minute clip, if you read between the lines, even if you didn't see the full clip, you knew exactly what he was talking about. He said it went through basically, he thought providing for his daughter, and then he went through a custody split with the mother, and he said that made the relationship turn transactional, where he admitted fault, where he pretty much said that that me not being there and the split with the mother and me thinking being on the road, was the best, really caused friction in our relationship, where whenever she see me, she just think I should just spend some money on her. And I know dudes that went through that with their daughter, and they had to check their daughter. Like, I ain't just somebody you call when you need something. And a lot of times the mother sets that standard, but that's a different story. But he admitted that, he admitted to the fact that, him prioritizing getting money and not time spent with his daughter created that void. You know what I'm saying? But they glossed over that fact, and they said it in the whole 12-minute clip, right? From the interview he did with Shannon Sharp. So now they went on this whole tirade. See, black men don't love black women and all this. And like I said, this is coming from a stripper. So notice that the people that make or a chick that work in a strip club, notice that a lot of the advice that you're getting that's being perpetuated is prostitution, money, 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 generous, money, 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 money. If all you're looking for is money, in my opinion, okay, why would anybody show you commitment? Why anybody want to build with you? Why do I want to take care of a burden? Why are they, the women in the strip club, bringing children into this world with the idea of just trying to trap a dude for money? You notice how they never really question the logic. They never question the women's intent. It's a intent to extract money. It's not a intent to build a family. It's not an intent to do what's best for the child. No, it's an intent to pad their pockets. So now all black men are cheap and all the other guys trick on us. And what she basically saying, they pay to play. P for P. But then again, most black men know, if they're going to P for P, it's probably going to be something that's, out of their range, most likely. A chick that they feel like, they couldn't necessarily get with game. And I don't condone that, but hey, that's pretty much how they pretty much, see it. And women just think, that every guy, I'm a woman and every guy want to take care of me. That should be your job. Every guy should want to take care of me. Why don't you want to take care of me? Like, don't nobody want a burden. Real talk. Most of these women are burdens. Every guy don't want a burden. And then you get this talk from a bitch that work in a strip club. And this is the mentality that most women who are not strippers, who are not prostitutes, this is the mentality that they have. This is the mentality that they have. You don't want to be a wife. You don't want to be a helpmate. You don't want to be, you don't want to be co-parenting. I'm not even a fan of co-parent. They don't even want to co-parent. They want a lame trick. And so funny, it's a bunch of lame simps out here that will provide for them and save them from the streets, even of the streets of the strip club. Believe it or not, it's a bunch of those guys out there. It's a bunch. But they don't want it. They want you just to give them money and they F who they want to F and do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's just the fact of the matter. That's what they want, But the lady responded. So let's get into the response. But just you getting this from strippers, though. Think about that. That's what the message is null and voided when you get it from a stripper. But let's go.
We are in 2026, and I am about tired of you bald-headed hoes getting on this here internet to try to tell us women what black men can't do and won't do, okay? Just because you sucked a couple bad dicks in your life does not mean that the whole group of black men are bad men. I find it very funny that women like to judge black men as a group, but when it comes to women, we want to be judged individually. Y'all get on this here app to uplift a race, but a lot of y'all can't even show the Carfax of these men that are approaching you. Show me the Carfax of the Davids and the Toms that are approaching y'all. Y'all can't, because y'all are not being approached. It's just the same old sorry bullshit line that y'all want to say about black men. All y'all do is give y'all grievances and y'all problems on black men. And let me tell you something. If you keep experiencing the same issues with a man, maybe it's you. Maybe it's not the man. Maybe it's you. I'm so tired of this conversation. Like, it's so fucking annoying. And another thing, since we're already on the topic, let's also address the elephant in the room. Black men are still marrying at a higher rate than black women. I promise you, women, all this, I won't date a black man, I don't want to be with a black man, all this bullshit that y'all want to throw out, they're still being married at a higher rate than you guys. So let me understand this. If you guys are not interested in black men and you guys don't want to date black men, as you say, why are you still not being married? Why are you guys still not getting married? Make that make sense. I promise you. Black men are the least of y'all's worries and issues. I promise you that.
And she's not lying. And guess what? Being married isn't something that's a flex for men. I think women need to realize that our marriage rates, we don't care. That's why I'm so telling that, our marriage rates are higher than black women's, because we don't care to get married. Most times dudes are forced to get married. Some guys get married to women because they can't do no better. Some guys get with women because they, rarely they see them as, an exceptional woman. Some guys get married because they don't want nobody else to stop effing a woman. They think that's going to stop her from effing. Some guys get married for financial and business reasons, which is smart. If she's a business, if she's an asset in a business wise, why not? That's really what American marriage is. It's about business. It ain't about love. It's about business. How can we take two families together just traditionally and build them up to be great? To build them up to be great. Watching my dog in his cage when his door closes, the funniest shit. Now he ain't gonna go in. But in general, she right. They never talk about their bad or their grievances with the Middle Eastern guy that she mentioned, or the Brads that she mentioned. They never speak on the bad experiences with those guys. You know what I'm saying? They only pile on black guys to shame them because they know black men are the only ones that's marrying black women. They get married to Brad at like a less than 5% rate. So they shame us to try to, and I think guys are already picked up on this in 2026. They shame us into being with them. But like I said before, Brad, Amir, all them guys, Lee, they don't talk about how they pump and dump them. They don't talk about how they spend them and make them single mothers. They don't talk about why they not marrying them. They just a friend. At the end of the day, that's women making this woman making a video like this. She see where it's going. She see the black and black marriages rate plummet. She see the interracial relationships rise amongst black men, and it's just all the fact that in general, women don't want to wave the white flag. They just don't want to wave the white flag and say, you know what, we was wrong. Brothers, we was wrong. We need y'all. They don't want to say that until they 40 and blown out. And they raising daughters with this same misandrous attitude. And I think a lot of these women, they tired of it. Like I said, I did a video. I don't know when y'all gonna see it, man. I got so many videos lined up. I might have to go to 3 videos a day at some point. But I did a video yesterday with the lady from New York, and it's called "Watch a Woman Blast Women for Not Charging Their Baby Daddy but Taxing Men on the Dating Scene." Eventually y'all will see it, probably before this. And I said in that video that I don't think she was pandering, bro. I think a lot of women in the community is literally fed up because do they realize that other races of men don't want them? Yes. Do they realize they really want black men? Yes. But they messing it up for everybody else in generations for their sons and stuff. So shout out to her, man. And shout out to the stripper. Yeah, I love the strippers. Yeah, I love the stripper. Shout out to her, man. We up early in the morning. What'd you say? I'm up early in the morning. What do you say? Cooking the brick. I ain't worried about these snitches and shit. We ride through the 6 with our pistols up. What do you say? Yelling bricks. I forgot today how I go. Shout out to Gucci, man. That was the video. Hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. Peace.